In previous lecture, we discussed about if-else statement in which uh, we used only if some expression and else. Only depending upon the two values of certain expression, either group of one set of statements or group of other set of statements execute. Now we will see if else if statement. Right now here there may be more than two three conditions, right? Then how we can model those type of things in Verilog by using if else statement. So we are going to discuss about if else statement. Then we will write the behavior model of a 4 to 1 multiplexer using if else statement. Then we will write the test bench of 4 to 1 multiplexer. Then I will demonstrate the software to you. So this is the third form of if else statement. If expression 1, then sequential statements 1 will be executed, else if, depending upon now second condition, depending upon second expression, second set of sequential statement or sequential statements will be executed. Then there is a third expression. Depending upon this third expression, set of sequential statements number 3 will be executed, and else the set of statements number 4 will be executed. So now here there are many conditions. Depending upon different conditions, some different set of sequential statements will be executed. So in this form of if statement, depending upon the value of condition, any one collection of statements are executed. So if a statement can have 0 or more else if clause, right? So here this else if, this clause can be, there can be 0 else if clause or there can be any number of else if clause, and an optional else clause, and else clause is optional. This clause is optional, right? So there can be any number of else if clause, and else clause is optional. So now we will see the behavior, this Verilog code of 4 to 1 multiplexer using if else statement. So again I repeat, if we are using if else statement, these statements we can find only inside always block, right? And always block is one of the form of procedural statement, right? And these always blocks are used in writing the behavior model of Verilog Verilog code, right? So this is our 4 to 1 multiplexer. It has 4 inputs: I0, I1, I2, I3. It has 2 select lines, S1, S2. So here see this 1 and 2, these we are writing inside square bracket, and here also I0 to I3, these 0 and 1 we are writing inside this square bracket, right? So this means in our Verilog module we will declare these as a vector, okay? So, and there is Y output, one output is there. So this is the truth table of this multiplexer, 4 to 1 multiplexer. How, what is its functionality? Because this functionality we will write in Verilog module, right? So if, so this is S1, and S0, values of the select line S1 and S0, and here we are having the output Y. So see the first condition, if S1 and S0 are 0 0, then at the output we will have the value which is available at input I0, right? So this I0, this will be transferred to the output when S0 and S1 are having 0 0. Now come to the second condition, if S1 is 0, S0 is 1, then at the output we are having the value which is present at I1. So this I1, this value will be transferred to the output Y if the value of S1 is 0 and S0 is 1. Now we see the third condition, if S1 is 1 and S0 is 0, then whatever data we are having at I2 input, that will be transferred to the output Y. So this is the condition, means I2 data will be transferred to Y if S1 is 1 and S0 is 0. And the last condition is, if S1 is 1 and S0 is 0, then the data which is available at the input I3 will be transferred to the output Y. So I3 value will be transferred to the output Y if S1 is 1 and S0 is 1, right? So this is the functionality. So here this is the Verilog module of this 4-to-1 multiplexer by using if-else statement. So here we are having this keyword module and AND module. In between this we are defining the functionality. So the name to this module I have given MUX 4-to-1, and the ports are I, S and Y. These are the ports, and out of these three ports, what are the inputs and what are the outputs, that we are defining in next statement. So in this statement now, input 0:3 I. So with this statement we are creating the vector like I0, I1, I2 and I3. So 4-bit vector we have created. See, there is a difference between I0 and I0, right? There is a difference. This I0 is a scalar, and this I and 0 you have written inside square bracket. So this means this is the element. This is the element of a vector. This is the element of a vector, right? Okay, so we have created the 4 elements of vector I, and these are I0, I1, I2, I3. Then in next statement, input I:0 and S. So with this we are creating 2 elements. One is S1 and another is S0, right? Then output Y. Y is the output port. And in next statement we have declared Y as a rig type also, right? Because already we know that when we will assign the value to this Y inside a always block, then this Y must be a rig type. That's why we have declared this Y as a rig type also. Then always at the rate, and in the sensitivity list of this always we have included both I and S. So if you will include both I and S, So the meaning of this is, if there is any change in the four elements of the input from I, if there is any change in the values of I0 to I3 or S1 to S0, if there is any change in these values of I0 to I3 and S1 to S0, then my this always block will be activated, and whatever statements are written inside always block will be executed. Right? Then after this, if S is equal to, so here you see S equal to, here I have written 2 tick B 0 0. The meaning of this is, this B indicates we are talking about bits, right? We are talking about binary number bits, and in our discussion we have 2 bits. This 2 indicates we have 2 bits. So after B you have to write those 2 bits, right? The values of those 2 bits. So the values of the bits can be 0 or can be 1, but for the moment, for the bits for which we are talking, those bits will have the value 0 0. Right? So now this statement S is equal to 2 tick bit 0 0. This means if the value of S, right, what is S? Already we declared S as S1 and S0, right? If they are having a value, suppose 0 0, if select line are having the value 0 0, then this expression is true. Okay, I will just erase some of the content of this slide so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, right. Okay, this also I will remove everything. Okay, so see the first condition. If the value of S, see, let us assume we are having S, means S1 is 0 and S0 is 0. Suppose we are having this, S1 is 0 and S0 is 0. So now if this statement is executed, then the value of S, which is 0 0, will be equal to this 0 0, right? This will give you result true, right? So if this is true, if the value of S is 0 0, then this statement, I will call it as statement number 1 will be executed. And what is this statement? I0 will be assigned to Y. So this I0 is assigned to Y. So this is this row of the truth table. This functionality is implemented here. But let us assume if the value of S is not 0 0. If the value of S is not 0 0. Suppose it is Suppose it is 0 1, then what will happen? So this means now S is 0 1. So if you see the first if S is equal to 0 0, no, it is false. So statement 1 is not executed. Now next else if will be evaluated. So if S is 0 1, so see here it is written 2 tick B 0 1. So the binary value is 0 1. So if S is 0 1, yes, here it is true, S is 0 1. So in sequence it is checking, because we know that the statements inside always block or sequential statement. So this is true. So if this is true, then statement number 2 will be executed. And what is this statement? Y1 is assigned to Y. So I1. So I1 is assigned to Y. This means second row of this truth table is implemented. And let us assume if this is also not the case. Let us assume if this is also not the case. This is, let us assume we are having S1 is 1 and S0 is 0. Suppose these are the values of S. So first case, S is equal to 0, 0. No, this is false. Then else if S is equal to 0, 1. No, this is also false. So now next else if will be evaluated. So S is 1, 0. Yes, S is 1, 0. So this is true. So if this is true, then statement number 3, this will be evaluated. This means I2 is assigned to Y. This I2 is assigned to Y when S is 1 and S1 is 1 and S0 is 0. So this is the third row of our truth table. If this is also not the case, so here we have written, and let us assume the S is having a value 1, 1, means S1 is 1 and S0 is 1. So if this is the case, then first if also giving you false, second if else if is giving you false, third else if S is 1, 0, no, this is false, so this is also giving you false. Now for last else if S is equal to 1, 1, yes, true, this is true, this is true. So if this is true, then I3 will be assigned to Y, which is the fourth row of the truth table. So in this way you can write the Verilog code of this 4 to 1 multiplexer, and here you see we are writing else if here. In this place we can also write only else, right, for remaining other conditions. I3 is assigned to Y, right? This also you can write, or if you want, then you can write it in this way. Else if up to here, okay. Now after this you can write else. Means apart, see, S is 0, 0, S is 0, 1, S is 1, 0 and S is 1, 1. For these conditions, some statements are there for the execution. Apart from this, if S1 and S0 is having some other value, then suppose I want Y is equal to 0. I want to assign 0 to the Y. This is possible, because we know that in the Verilog it is a 4-value system. The values for any variable we can assign 0, 1, don't care, high impedance. So there may be case that this else will cover all other unused conditions of the else if. In else if we have used the condition S is 0, 0, S is 0, 1, S is 1, 0 and S is 1, 1. Apart from these conditions, all remaining conditions will be covered by this else. So here we can use, if else, then 0 I am assigning to Y, right? So in this way also we can model it, right? Okay, right. Now we will see the test bench of 4 to 1 mux. So this is our module and this is the test bench. this is unit under test, which is our this Verilog module. Now here in this test bench, I have used the same name. I have used the name of the ports of the test bench exactly same as the unit under test, because you see here these I0, I1, I2, I3, S1, S0. These are the name of the ports of test bench, which is exactly same as the name of the ports of unit under test. And same way this Y is the name of the port of test bench, which is exactly same as this Y. So we have used same name, and the ports of the test bench which are connected with the input ports of the unit under test should be declared as a rig type. Should be declared as rig type. So these ports of the test bench are attached with the input ports of unit under test. So they will be declared as rig type during the test bench writing. And the port of the unit under test, the port of test bench which is attached with, which is linked with the output port of the unit under test will be declared as wire type. Will be declared as wire type. Okay, so this is the test bench module. Test bench is the name of the test bench. Then rig 0:3I, comma rig 1:0S, not comma, semicolon. Then wire Y. So we have done this declaration. Then this is the instantiation statement. Here I am attaching, or I am doing the instantiation of the unit under test, ports of the unit under test with the test bench. So name of the unit under test is MUX 421. This is a UUT dot I. So whatever you write first, this is the port of your, this is the port of unit under test, and inside bracket whatever you write, that is the port of the test bench, right? So in this way we have done the instantiation. Instantiation means linking, right? It is a linking of the ports of the unit under test and the test bench. Okay, so all these things we have already discussed in previous classes also. So here, okay, you see here this first statement. Here what is happening, how I am assigning the value I, right? I means input. These input unit under test, they will get the inputs 0 1 0 1, right? So how I am writing 0 1 0 1, this means first 0, this first 0 belongs to I 0, right? And last this 1 belongs to I 3, because we have declared these I as 0:1. So in this way the value will be assigned. Same way S value is 0 0, right? So what value we are assigning to S? We are assigning to S a value to tick B 0 0. So what is the meaning of this? We are talking about this B indicates, we are talking about bit. Total number of bits are 2 and its value is 0 0. So this 0 0 is assigned to S. And how we created S? We created S as S 1:0 S. This means we have created S like this, S1 and S0. So this first 0 will be assigned to S1 and this second 0 will be assigned to S0. Okay, right. Now in statement number 2, the input values are same. We are not changing the input value 0 1 0 1, but we have changed the value of select line. Now select line will have the value 0 and 1. So if this is the value 0 1, then the value which is present at I1 will be transferred to output, right? So in this way, this test bench, so see what is the aim of my test bench. My test bench will allocate these values to input I and to the select lines at these interval of the time. Once that simulation start, after 5 unit time, this value will be assigned. Then after 5 unit time, next set of value will be assigned. So basically what is happening, we are assigning the values to these input ports, right, by using test bench, and depending upon our this code, the result is evaluated and it is assigned to y in the form of waveform. So this simple we will see in the waveform. Okay, now I will show you this software. I will copy this 4 to 1 mux code, then it will be less time consuming for us for the software demonstration. One minute. Okay, we will start new project. Okay, I will give the name to this project as mux, and I will set a path of my folder which I created in desktop, this demonstration. Okay, now I will open the source file. I will select the Verilog module, and the name to this module is mux 421. I will give this name mux 421. Okay, right. Here I will paste that code. Right, now I will save this and I will select the simulation. Then I will select this Verilog file. Then here I will check the syntax. Okay, syntax is okay. Now I will create the test bench. So I will copy this test bench code. Okay. Now I will create another source file and I will select Verilog test fixer, and name of the test bench is test bench. Okay, name of the test bench is test bench. You can give any name. Right, this test bench is created. If you expand this, you can find this UUT. Name is mux 421. Right, now in the test bench, I will copy the code which I have just shown you. I will paste this code here. Okay. Now I will I will save this file. Now I will check the behavioral check syntax. It is okay. Now I will simulate this. So this is the waveform, right? Okay. So the topmost waveform is for the Y, that is output. Below this, here see what is it? It is written I0 colon 3. So in between this, it is given in the form of this vector. You can expand this also, and you can find what are the various values. See I0, I1, I2, I3, and this S. This also you can expand. Then you can find the value of select line S1 and S0. So here we will see what is the value of S1 and S0. It is 0, 0. So we know that if these values are 0, 0, then the value of I0 will be transferred to the output. So I0 is 0. So output Y is 0 right now. Okay. We check the next condition. Now you see what is the value of select line. S0 is 1, S1 is 0. See here, S0 is 1, S1 is 0. This means the value of I1 will be transferred to the output. So what is the value of I1? I1 is 1. So check your output Y, it is 1. Okay, it is working fine. Then come to the next condition. Now select line S1 is 1, S0 is 0. So if this is a condition, then the value of I2 will be transferred to the output. What is the value of I2? It is 0. So see here at the Y what we are getting 0. Right? It is also working fine. We will check another condition. Now the value of S1 and S0 is 1, 1. So the input number I3, whatever value is there, that will be transferred to the output. I3 is having 1. So see the output Y, it is 1. Okay, we are having other conditions also. So now we check here. S1 and S0 are 0, 0. So the value I0 is 1. So at the output you are getting 1. Okay, check another condition. S1 is 0, S0 is 1. So the value of I1 is this, it is 1. So check at the output, it is 1. Now check another condition. S1 is 1, S0 is 0. So the value of I2, this is 0. This is transferred to the output Y. Now we check the last condition. S1 and S0 both are 1, 1. So the value of I3, which is 0, it is transferred to the output. So this Verilog code of the 4 to 1 multiplexer is working fine. Okay.